Hi lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a good one. We are making something rich and honestly it is very hard to resist. So this is ogbono soup with okra and vegetable. Some people can just call it okra soup, but the star here is the ogbono because here I added ogbono to it. So you can call it ogbono and okra soup. This soup is a very popular soup in Nigeria, especially in the eastern part, and it is so delicious. It is packed with flavor and it hits every time. I mean, when you enjoy this with your family and your loved ones, you will really love it. Just look at it. It's just so loaded with protein and it's very inviting. This is the kind of soup you eat with your whole heart. Anyway, let's get right into it. First thing, we'll be starting with some palm oil. So in a pan, add some oil and then going with some chopped onion and let it heat up gently. You don't want it too hot, you just want it to be warm enough. And then going with some chopped onions and a bit of salt and let that saute for about 1 to 2 minutes. This step will help to build the flavor, so you don't need to rush it. And then the next thing you're going to do is to add the ground ogbono. Stir into the oil and then let it melt properly. As it melts, you will notice that the ogbono will start to loosen and then it will begin to bubble slightly. And while still keeping your heat on a low to medium heat, allow it to cook gently until it opens up and becomes smooth. At this point, you just want to add a little bit of water, not too much, just enough to help it to combine, and then go on to cover the pot and let it cook. Just allow it to come to a boil. Once it starts boiling, it's time to add your protein. So I already pre-cooked my beef, so I'm going to be adding it straight into the pot. You can use whatever protein you like, but I prefer to use beef because it works really well here. Now for the pepper mix, I blended red bell pepper, scotch bonnet, onions, crayfish, and ogiri okra. So this mix is where most of your flavor is going to be coming from. So you just want to make sure that you've got everything right. Now pour that into the pot and give everything a good stir. Next, add your seasoning cubes and a bit more salt, and then going with your stockfish, stir everything together, cover the pot and let it cook. While it's cooking, make sure you stir it from time to time. Ogbono can stick easily into the pot, so you just have to make sure that you're stirring it. If you leave it unattended, to just get burnt in a minute, in a blink of an eye, you're just going to get burnt. So make sure you're stirring your pot from time to time. And the next thing we're going to be adding is the stockfish. This takes a little bit of time to soften, so you might as well add it earlier. I like to add it earlier on so that I can get softened before I add other protein. And after a few minutes, once everything has come together nicely, it's time to add your fish. I'm using fresh fish here, and this is tilapia. I like to add mine directly into the pot just so that everything is going to marry together. But you can choose to boil yours separately if you prefer, but this method works just fine. So go on to place your fish gently into the pot, cover the pot, and let it cook. Once the fish is cooked, take it out carefully because you don't want it to break. It's great. So this is going to help it prevent it from breaking apart inside the soup when you're stirring it. So you just want to take it out. You put it back later, but for now, take it out from the pot. I'm going to be adding just prawns for here. I'm not adding any other seafood. It's just prawns that I'm adding. Prawns, they cook so very fast, so you don't want it to cook for a long time. You want to leave it till the end of your soup. So it has to go in towards the end. And once you've added your prawn, go on to add your dry fish. I like it at this stage because I want to still see and feel the texture in the soup. You know, when you're eating and then you're getting the bits and bits of the fish. You can decide to add this at the early stage of your food, but adding it at this time also works as well. Sometimes I usually divide the fish into two. I can add one half at the beginning and then the remaining at the end. But this time around, I have so many proteins, I decided to add this towards the end of the soup. And then just go on to add some crayfish because you want this to have a very deep flavor. You want that rich flavor to come out. And what's okra soup? What's ogbono soup without crayfish? In fact, what's any soup without crayfish? So go on to add some crayfish, give everything a stir, and taste your soup. You can adjust your seasoning here if needed. This is your moment to get the flavor just right. You can check for salt, check for pepper. Just check for everything and make sure that everything is combining together. Now I'm going to cover the pot again and let it cook for a few more minutes. Once everything is cooking properly, it is time to add the okra. Add your chopped okra into the pot and stir it. This is an important tip. You don't want to overcook the okra. You just want it to be slightly cooked so it can still has the texture and that nice drawy feeling of ogbono soup. Now, after adding the okra, bring back the fish you set aside earlier. Gently place it back into the pot. Stir it carefully so the fish doesn't break. And then go on to cover and let it cook for just a few minutes. And now for the vegetable, traditionally you can use pumpkin leaves here, but in absence of that, because I don't have pumpkin leaves, I'm going to be using kale, which serves the same purpose as well. Now go on to add your chopped kale or your chopped pumpkin leaf at this point. Add that into the soup and stir everything together. Now your soup is basically ready. All you need to do here is just to turn off the heat, cover the pot and let it sit for a few minutes. This will help all the flavors to settle together. And that is it for the soup. This is a very quick soup. It doesn't really take time. It's just so simple and easy to make. Now for the swallow, I'm making pounded yam. You can use any swallow you like, but pounded yam is just so perfect for this soup, to be honest. Now pound that until smooth and stretchy, and then go on to plate your food. Serve your soup into a bowl, add your fish, your beef, your prawns, everything. Don't hold back. You need to test all the protein. You need to test all the soup. You need to just test everything that has got into the pot. And now look at that. Look at how thick, rich, full of flavor, and packed with goodness. Just look at how that plate is shining. It's just a mix of protein, the vegetable, and the texture. Everything is just working together. This is just that proper comfort food that once you eat, you'll be so happy. And if you love swallow, this is one of the soup you will keep coming back to. So do not forget to save this. And now for the taste. Honestly, this soup tastes exactly how it looks. You see how rich, bold, and satisfying it looks? Every spoonful is just loaded. The moment you're tasting it, you're getting everything in it. It's giving. Now, this is just how your ogbono and okra soup should look. It's just so rich. Everything mixes together. It's just so perfect. And that is it, guys. Enough of my talking. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and I hope you try it out. Let me know in the comments if you are team ogbono or just team okra, or if you like both like me. And also do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Do take care. Bye.
Darling baby.
You're welcome, baby.